Let's start a new document. So home, new document, no. This time, instead of finding the zeros, we're going to focus on finding the vertex, which remember is classified as a maximum or minimum. So first we need to graph our function. So I'm going to go ahead and graph the x squared minus 8x plus 12 and hit enter. Once that's graphed, I should be able to look at this function and identify it that its vertex is a minimum because this parabola opens up. So I'll hit menu, analyze graph, and I'll select minimum. Now all we have to do is just like with the zeros, we're going to click to one side and scroll over to highlight. Once you've done that, to click your other side, our vertex will show up with its ordered pair. So we can now identify the vertex as a minimum at 4, -4. We're going to practice that again. So let's hit home, new document, no, add graph. And this time we should try -4x squared plus 8x plus 5. Let's go ahead and hit graph. Before you hit enter, you should know that this graph is going to be a parabola which opens down because the a value here is -4. Remember, if a is a positive number, like the +1 in our first equation, then it will open up. If a is a negative number, it will open down. Since it opens down here, we know that instead of a minimum, it will have a maximum. Now, we can't see our maximum, so we need to go back to our menu and zoom out so that it's in the viewing window. So just go ahead and click somewhere near the middle, and it should bring that maximum point into view. So let's hit menu, analyze graph, maximum. Click to one side, scroll over to highlight, and then click again. It will now give us our vertex as a maximum, whoops, misspelled maximum, at the ordered pair 1, 9. So if we tried that for a third time, we'd go home, new document. Oh, anytime you accidentally click the wrong thing like I did there, I accidentally hit my document instead of new document, you can just hit home or escape and it'll take you back. So new document, no, I want to add a graph. I'm going to type in my equation. Again, you should already know if it's going to have a maximum or a minimum by looking at that a value, which here we notice that again, it is a +1. And again, it's not completely in the viewing window, but our minimum value is. So we'll hit menu, analyze graph, minimum, and slide it all the way over. Just click right to the edge of the screen. So when I move my cursor, I'll see that minimum value at 9.6, which gives me a vertex of a minimum at 9.6. Remember, we can also identify our axis of symmetry now that we have each vertex. The axis of symmetry is the vertical line passing through the vertex. So if we drew a vertical line here to pass through our vertex, we'd have that equation of a vertical line. So the equation of an axis of symmetry is x equals the x value of the vertex. So if I asked you for the axis of symmetry to this first equation, we would simply say that the axis of symmetry is x equals 4, as 4 is the x value of that vertex. We can repeat the process with our second one. We want to label that axis of symmetry, and it would be x equals 1, as 1 is the x value, which means I'm going to guess you can predict what's going to happen on that last one. The equation for that axis of symmetry is x equals 9.